Round and round the rugged rocks, the ragged rascal ran. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Whatever We Want podcast. I am one of your hosts. I go by the name of Jazz or Super Jazz.
Super Jazz.
As science intended? As nature intended. Super Jazz, SJ, JT, whatever you want, what have you, and the like. And of course, I am always joined by the other host of the show.
Oh, y'all know who it is, what's going on, when it's happening, where it's at, and why we're here today. How you doing? It is I, the sublimely magnificent Big Ugly himself, Omari Ellis Feo Grande on YouTube, occasionally referred to as Pete on this show. Much to Jazz's happiness, apparently. Yeah, I'm here too. And yeah. Go ahead.
You really wanted to get into whatever you had to say, so let me finish this shit. As I always say, this is the Whatever We Want podcast, where we do just that. We talk about whatever we want. We don't lead this conversation. This conversation leads us. We let these chips fall where they may.
Every Wednesday.
Okay, now say what you had to say. You really wanted to say something.
Well, it wasn't that serious. It was just trying to flow into things. But I wanted to start by, you know what? I was gonna say I'm happy, but then I was gonna say I was sad. I think I'm more just, I don't know. So, this weekend was a few things. I'll start with the bad thing. Well, not the bad thing, but kind of the bad thing first. Summerslam was this weekend, Super Jazz.
I was asking you, I asked you off before we started recording. I said, hey, did you catch it? I just caught the results. I'll let you get it, but I'll say I heard that it was mediocre. It wasn't that good. You say, haven't seen it.
Mediocre is a good way to put it. It kind of had a thing where it was going like this and then just until it just got to the end where it just straight up crashed and burned. So, not to spend the whole episode on it or anything, there were some good things, Logan Paul versus Ricochet. Them doing a lot of spots they didn't need to do, but I guess that's just what they're doing these days. But to Logan Paul's credit, I know, terrible person, boo 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 doo boo doo, disclaimers. He's pretty good in the ring for a guy that's a celebrity wrestling. Huh?
I said the crazy thing is, whatever we feel about the man, you can't deny his athleticism.
Yeah, just strictly talking about how he did in the ring in that match. Great. Also, the man should be nothing but a heel always. I don't think he could ever do a face thing. Someone told me that early in this thing with Ricochet, they were trying to make Ricochet out to be the heel. But that got squashed real quickly because it's Logan fucking Paul. Nobody likes that dude.
You try to make the dude that will forever in his life be hated, be the good guy versus the dude who is one of the most amazing high flyers I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get what you were trying, but no.
It didn't work.
No.
It either A, didn't work, or B, they didn't actually try it and people just misunderstood a promo about Ricochet being serious. Because looking at the match, I'm like, how could you see Logan Paul as anything but a heel? Anyway, but the match was decent. It was solid. It was what it was. Logan Paul wins. Ricochet will forever continue to lose to people because he just looks so good losing. Oh, Jesus Christ. The way he takes bumps, his opponents look so fantastic. Like
Dolph Ziggler?
Yeah. Exactly like
Dolph Ziggler gets thrown around like Dolph Ziggler fucking got killed.
And Ricochet's a better ragdoller than Ziggler. And better high flyer and flipper and stuff. So he lost. And, apparently in a promo, Logan Paul told him how shitty it would feel for his girlfriend to cry out that Logan Paul was the winner. And sure enough, she had to do it. And someone caught a camera of her, looking pained to say it,
That's good storytelling. And,
yeah.
and not girlfriend, fiance. So even more, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. I had a coworker that claimed to know said fiance.
Samantha Urban?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And by proxy, no Ricochet.
Right.
And just talking about like, yeah, I've been trying to tell them that stuff. I'm like, fair enough. Anyway, uh, other matches happened. Battle Royal people got LA Knight got a win. Yay! Crowd loses their shit. LA Knight.
Not yay. Not yay.
No, I said yay. The
But
crowd
I'm
may have
saying
said.
LA Knight got a win, and then you say,
I say yay, motherfucker. I
oh, you
know
say,
that.
yeah,
No,
motherfucker.
everybody else says yeah. Well, I wasn't asking the question, was I? Hey, I didn't say did LA Knight win? Yeah. No, I said he got a win. Yay. Anyway, the
Yeah.
bottom line is everybody lost their shit because they just keep losing their shit with this dude. I can't deny the charisma. I
like
don't know why he's that fucking huge.
Because
But
I will say it like this, and I know we're but it's the nature of the podcast. Everybody, I'm sorry, even though it might be a little too much wrestling for the people who don't.
Are you gonna go into 40-minute explanation of why LA
I'm going
Knight
to a
is
40-minute
real?
explanation. I'm just going into
like, damn.
I'm going into
We're
more
not
like
even like
shit
7 minutes into the episode, and you're already apologizing for talking about wrestling.
But no, what I'm saying is, what it is first of all, I will forever say, as much as in-ring shit is needed, you reach the fans with mic skills over anything. And like you said, his charisma and mic skills are on point and amazing. Then also, edgy shit is always going to sell, especially in a time where edgy shit is not as prevalent as it once was. And then some people say that it's reminiscent of the Attitude Era in and of itself. So that's the main reason why he
Edgy
gets
shit? What's edgy about yeah?
No, I'm talking about him, LA Knight, his promo, some of what he says, shit like that. Like
Fair
when he
enough.
was, I forgot he was saying somebody, but he was like, he had a bag of some nuts and he's like, these nuts or some shit like that. Edgy shit is gonna get over
John
more so,
Cena
especially
did the same shit.
And look where Cena is now.
He did it in the PG era. Like, that's not edgy. Like, Superman, Fruity Pebbles, John Cena was making these nuts jokes.
Well, Cena had already gotten super duper crazy ass over where he was saying wild ass crazier shit than that.
I guess my point is these nuts.
You harping way too much on one promo that I use as an example.
I'm saying I just haven't heard him say edgy shit, and I've heard other. Okay, I believe you. I'll say I believe you. Yeah, Maybe the rest of his promos are really
just
good.
These nuts. It's like he said way more than just that.
But I'm just saying, as an example, it's not like Cena also did it. At least you didn't say Suffering Succotash.
Well, Suffering Succotash was dumb as hell. And of course it's not edgy. The fuck. But no, edgy shit will always get over. His promos are pretty edgy. People say it's reminiscent of the Attitude Era, which was the biggest wrestling era ever in the mainstream. And like I always say, mic skills are going to get you over, and the man got mic skills. They're going to get you over more than anything else in wrestling. So yeah,
fair enough.
Yeah. My thing is with this.
Go ahead.
I'll say real quick. Some people are trying to discredit him because they say that he's a Rock ripoff. The man ain't a Rock ripoff, but I will say this: he is good at what he does. I like LA Knight. We can't deny he don't sound like the Rock. That's the one thing with me. He's not a ripoff. He's his own man. He does his shit good. Don't act like he don't sound like it. Okay.
Fair. It is what it is. But I've not been watching a lot of the week to week. But anyway, so other matches that happened, and I think the second to last big high point of the night for the people watching, or from what you could tell from the crowd, it might have been different there.
I think I know what you're about to say.
Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar.
Not what I thought you were about to say.
Yeah, I said second to last. There's one more. So Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. So, it went about as you would expect for 90% of the match. Brock Lesnar beating the shit out of Cody. That didn't cease, but eventually Cody actually pulls off the win. He like tore the turnbuckle pad off, hit Brock Lesnar into it. Also hit him with the steps a couple of times in the match, and he won. And one thing I will say about this SummerSlam was you were either a face that cheated to win somehow, or you were a heel and won anyway. I think the closest a face came to winning without cheating is LA Knight. Oh,
you said closest to LA Knight cheat?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I'm not saying 100% he didn't, but he's also LA Knight. So if he did, he could still play it off as I'm LA Knight, yeah. But, or it was, the heels winning. Gunter all over fucking Drew McIntyre.
Gunter all over.
He just came out, ring general, win.
Chop, fuck out that dude.
Yeah, but
that's all Gunter's matches are right now. Not that I don't love him, that's what makes him so good.
It's just he's gonna hit you hard. You're probably gonna try to hit him hard, and he wins anyway. That's Gunter. This is who he is. Wow. He was just like that when he was like 100 pounds more, and his name was Walter.
He slimmed up and nothing changed.
He's the final boss.
Now he can just move around more swiftly.
Yeah, I know Roman Reigns is technically the final boss, but it's also a final boss that's like he's for the sequel game that hasn't been installed yet. He's the final boss for the next game. Like no one's touching him anytime soon. Spoilers for the end of the night. Anyway, fast forwarding, fucking Seth versus Finn Balor.
A lot of people were saying that there was one particular part in this match that, well, not a lot of people, what I saw in the reviews of some people, there was one part in this match that made Finn look like an idiot and a chump. That's what I saw.
The fact that he lost again. Also the fact that Also the fact that he told Damian Priest not to help him because he wanted to win legit. And then when he finally did decide to ask for help, he gets his head stomped into the briefcase and loses. And 7 years almost to the day after Seth Rollins ruined his WWF career, storyline wise at least, obviously the man is makes millions of dollars and is still seen every week. So how could he ruin his career? We're talking storylines here. In character, Seth Rollins ruined this man's career. He was the first WWE Universal Champion and had to relinquish it the next night because Seth Rollins, in real life, injured his shoulder and tore his labrum and put him on the shelf for over a year.
Finn ain't got that bitch back since.
No, he never will. And he started to lose, and even matches that he has complete justification for winning, he's starting to lose them in the most stupid fashions. Like he lost to nothing against Roman Reigns. Literal nothing. The fucking
rope the top rope snapping? Oh, God.
The top rope snapped, and he was pinned. Congrats.
The man went like full demon with the fucking convulsions and the lights turning red and all that random dumb shit. You do all this random dumb shit to make it look extra supernatural with this man fucking heathen and shit, and then the lights change just for it to be never mind.
Yep. And Seth Rollins continues to get away with no repercussions for his actions.
Yeah, he does do this stupid laugh.
Fucking Joker shit. Because Shield members just get away with whatever the fuck they want, regardless of the promotion.
Yeah. What I was gonna say with this match that I heard that made Finn look like a chump though was like you said with the Damian Priest, but I heard it made him look stupid because they said apparently he was so paranoid about Priest helping him that he wouldn't use the briefcase that Priest gave him.
Yeah, that's what I said. Priest tried to help him. He said no because he wanted to.
That's what you meant when you said
he wanted to win on his own, but then eventually he's like, "Fuck it, I'll do it," and then lost.
I heard that made him look so dumb in the moment. Yeah.
Well, that's because people don't listen to the fucking story. It made sense for him to be like, "It's been 7 years. I don't want you to help me." If anything, that's them trying to give some depth to the character. But then when he says "fuck it," I'm gonna do it, and then loses by getting stomped into the briefcase, and Seth Rollins gets off scot-free again because no one gets. Hey, he's one of those people. He's one of those characters that will never get what's coming to him. You think he will, and you think he does, but it turns out, nope, he's invincible. You just don't realize it. He's stealthily invincible.
Well, so far, there's one more person that's in a prominent role that you would never get what's coming to him from what I'm seeing.
Well, that guy still can't beat Seth Rollins.
Okay.
During said guy's raid, and we're talking about the guy, for those of you who don't know, not a good guy or a bad guy, he's the guy, suffering succotash. Anyway, the one person that's beaten him like in a one-on-one match during this whole time in a championship match was Seth, but it was a disqualification. So Roman kept the title. And Roman refuses to fight the motherfucker. They had to give him another belt on the other show.
let Seth Rollins face him in 2023, because apparently anybody, no matter how big your storyline gets made, you face Roman Reigns in 2023, it ain't gonna amount to shit. Apparently.
Well, as you face Roman Reigns for the last 4 years, he's been pinned once since 2019.
Yeah, but my thing with 2023. And I know you can go into your thoughts on the match. But my thing with 2023 so far is, and I thought about this after I heard the results of what happened with this, is I'm kind of like, obviously we're diehard fans, so I'm gonna keep up with the results, but I'm kind of over.
I didn't want to, because of something I was going to get to later. I didn't want to watch SummerSlam this weekend, but I watched it.
Well, if you want to go into it,
yeah. No, I'm saying I get you. I agree. Yeah. And I'm not saying like I watch wrestling every week. I don't, because but it's also SummerSlam. Like, there's WrestleMania, right. There's SummerSlam
and WrestleMania. You're gonna watch it.
Give it a shot.
Royal Rumble, you're gonna watch.
You're gonna give it a shot. So we watched it. Anyway,
Roman and Jay.
Hadn't even gotten there. Yeah. Anyway,
shit.
And beat him. Women's match. No one cared about Ronda versus Shayna. I'm skipping it.
Who ended up winning that? Shayna won there, right?
Yeah. And nothing against the women themselves. I just, not watching week to week, I didn't care. Anyway,
I heard Asuka, Belair, and Flair was really good.
That was the next one I was going to say. That was a solid match. It ended predictably in the sense that Bianca won on some Superwoman shit.
Did she lift both at the same time?
Well, she appeared to break her knee after one spot and sold it like crazy. Ended up Superwoman limping her way back into the ring, and then while being put in a figure four, pinning Asuka while being put in a figure four on her already injured knee. Whatever. Yeah.
I was genuinely asking. I wasn't correcting.
Yeah, figure 8. But the bottom line is, it's like, oh, well, damn. However, they followed it up with Io Sky coming out.
Yeah, that's right. That did happen.
And she cashed in, and the crowd was happy. Hence the third and last time the crowd was happy that night.
It's about time that they gave Damage Control some gold.
Yeah.
Because Damage Control was kind of floundering. So, yeah, when I heard that, I was like, good. Somebody in this fucking state will need something. So yeah.
Well, doesn't Dakota and Bailey keep getting injured or some shit?
I think you're right. I'm not entirely sure.
I think the two of them keep getting injured off and on. Because I know Bailey got injured a couple months ago at a house show.
I think you're right.
But Io Shirai's the fan favorite out of that group anyway, so crowd lost their shit and they were happy.
Who's Io Shirai?
Shut up. Bottom line is, I said Sky the first time, but it's Io Shirai. She Yeah, so people were happy. And then we got to the main event. The tribal combat.
I wish they would stop naming their main event the Bloodline Civil War, the tribal.
No, it's
like,
tribal combat because it's a specific match type, Jazz.
What was the specific match type?
So it's
What
no
made this match
disqualifications. You know, you gotta get a pin or submission in the ring, no countouts or anything. And what really, and as stated by the Samoan elders that wrestle,
Oh,
the
this was for
tribal
the
combat. Yeah, it's for the chief. It's for the title of tribal chief for one, as well as why not? Let's throw in the Universal Championship. But the big thing about tribal combat is there's no interference allowed from other family members.
Wait, but
So after Solo Sikoa, it comes in and interferes, already breaking the rules.
But
all right, so there was a tweet earlier in the night where someone's like in before Solo cost him a match. Someone's like, Star, you mean before somebody else causes a match? Someone's like, asterisk, you mean before Jimmy cost him the match? My roommate saw that and was like, that is so stupid, it's probably what they're gonna do. But, the match goes on. It's what it is. It's not going to lose. When two tables get set up, it can't end until both those tables are broken, regardless what's going on. And sure enough, Jay looks like he's finally going to get a victory. 1, 2, someone pulls him off. It's someone in a hoodie. Turns out it's Jimmy. Jimmy betrayed Jay. Also, a member of the family. Yep. Roman does the spear, gets the win. Yeah.
I didn't know that part about nobody in the family could interfere.
That's what made it tribal combat. That was the whole point of making the tribal combat.
Because both of them are not only part of the family, they're some of the closest people to Jay. They're his brothers.
They sure are, aren't they?
Huh? The only person who should be interfering, if anybody, would have been Paul Heyman. He ain't part of the family.
Right? He's just an advocate. Or now the wise man.
Yeah, the wise man.
But yeah. So that was stupid. Nobody liked it. And people, I think the rating I heard was jumped shark out of 10.
Jump the shark out of 10?
Yeah, jumped shark out of 10.
That's fucking hilarious.
I was like, okay, Bloodline storyline has officially gone too far. Jimmy betraying Jay makes absolutely no sense.
That's what everybody said.
Especially because the main reason Jay's fighting Roman now is because Jimmy told him to. Jimmy told him, hey, we need to stop putting up with this shit. You were right the first time we did this, when Roman beat the shit out of me until I was submissive.
And that one part where he was like, you out and I'm out too, and they both like turned on him and like saved each other and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he like fucking kicked his ass, and they saved like each other because they're twins and brothers and shit. And then all of a sudden, now he's like, yeah. But no, what I was saying was, you face Roman in 2023. You face Roman, period, right now, man. 2023 especially, because they have built up all these people to be competitors in their respective like special homes and shit, or like main events or whatever. Built them up to be big names with serious, amazing storyline reasons as to why they should win. And then they fucking lose. We had Drew McIntyre overseas in fucking like Cardiff or whatever the shit was. So he was like, home country type shit. And it was like big thing, and he lost.
Yep.
Then we had fucking Honoré Uce, Sami Zayn in fucking Montreal. And you fucking like one of the best fucking storylines that had been, early half of this fucking year. And then he lost. And then we had Cody, which he was fucking he was gonna go for the title. He got injured, had the amazing, purple peck match, and then leaves, comes back to fucking rekindle this shit, and then he lost. Now we got fucking the infighting within them with the fucking like advocates, and now we're fighting with each other. and then Jay lost. It's like I'm
this
over
has
this.
been the past 4 years. It's
But I'm
not
talking
even
about
just 2023.
No,
That's
you're
what
right.
I'm telling
You're
you.
right.
It's
You're
been the
100%.
whole time. It doesn't
But I'm
matter.
saying 23, they've been building shit up so heavy.
No, it's only built up that heavy because it's been 4 years and you're so desperate to see somebody lose. Every time it's been like fucking Brock Lesnar, they had to flip a ring over onto the guy because he was so hot after like coming at the Roman. They're like, oh shit, no one can beat him. The demon, the nigh undefeated demon is here. It's gonna beat him. And then the rope snapped to beat him. Like,
it's like I don't care. Like the only thing that would really probably make me give a fuck about who fights Roman and like the amazing story is shit is like if the fucking Rock came back.
Well, but yes, no one, the Rock. But he ain't coming back. Now, remember, allegedly, rumors, the whole reason this thing is so long is because they keep trying to get that Roman versus Rock at WrestleMania, only for the Rock to say no.
But I was gonna say too, the knowing the Rock, if he did come back, he doesn't need it, so he would probably put his fucking cousin over and give him the rub anyway. So
or do the Cena and win the first year, lose the second year.
But then that would mean that Dwayne Johnson would have to sign a contract saying that he would come back a year from now.
So, well, yeah,
and he probably wouldn't hold himself to that. So,
well. It depends. If it results in his cousin being put over in the end, maybe he would. Because he did it with Cena.
They have built up so many people in their respective, like, home areas, whether it be home country, home city, home whatever the fuck, or big ass storylines and shit. Everybody, before Cody, everybody said, well, the reason why Drew and Sammy didn't win is because they're waiting for Cody. Okay. Then fucking Cody lost. Then Jay loses. It's like, I'm over it, man.
Yeah.
They could build up. But they could have fucking Roman facing his own self in a fucking, like, he's fighting a mirror. And I'd be like, you know what? That mirror don't stand a chance. Roman's going to beat him. Like, it'd be stupid. Roman could vacate the goddamn title. Somebody else get the title. Roman going to come back and he going to get awarded on some fucking Eric Bischoff Triple H shit back in the day. Like, I'm over this, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, you wanted him to get his 1,000 days. He got them. Now what? Now what?
San Martino.
Dude. Shout out to
Gunther's like 30 days shy of Honky Tonk Man.
What was Honky Tonk Man shit?
400 something.
Shout out to San Martino, one of the greatest in all respects, probably the greatest wrestler of all time, especially like at least statistic based. But I don't want to see anyone in modern wrestling hold the title anything close to that. Like I do not. So,
too bad.
He held that motherfucker for like fucking 10 years or some shit.
You will see it and you will acknowledge it, good sir.
Dude, I haven't been really watching any wrestling, whether it be WWE, AEW, or all the things in between within the last months and months and months, man. I just haven't. I've been keeping up with it.
Yeah.
Us diehard fans, we never stop keeping up with it. That's just how it goes. I've been keeping up with it. Watching it, I haven't really watched, like, sat down and turned the channel to any wrestling.
Fair enough.
Months and months and months, whatever it be. I've been hearing AEW's been doing good stuff. I know Ibn, shout out to Big Bro. He wishes a lot of times that I would watch AEW. So, he would have somebody, because wrestling is so niche that he'd have somebody to talk to about the shit. But it's like, I ain't really been watching it, man. I don't know.
Well, at least someone who decided to carry a division through the pandemic got rewarded for that work finally. Being Sheeta. The other one
I thought you were saying Roman. I thought you were saying Roman, because Roman did get rewarded. He carried the main.
He did not carry the title through the pandemic. He couldn't wrestle during the pandemic because he's at risk.
But
he came after the pandemic.
The acknowledge me thing came during the no fans. Came during the no fans era.
He at the end of it.
Oh, okay, I got you. Okay,
Drew McIntyre.
Which is why it sucked that he was gonna win the title and there was no one that's watching win.
Yeah,
That was the two biggest things that year were that it was a shame there was no crowd for was McIntyre winning and Otis and Mandy.
yeah,
That was the two biggest things in WWE that it was like, damn, with no crowd for this shit.
yeah. So there's that. But anyway, that's that. So yay, Hikaru Shida finally winning the title in front of a crowd, and that being cool.
She won the title. Which one?
The
TBS. Or the main one?
one Tony Storm had.
I don't know what Tony Storm had because I need to keep it up.
I want to say it's the main women's title.
Okay.
Yeah, TBS was the Jade Cargill title, right?
TBS was that was the Jade Cargill secondary Jade.
Okay, no, they gave that to the Alien. They gave Jade Cargill Shriek to the Alien, and then proceeded to take Jade Cargill off TV.
It's fair that they gave it to Stat, but that's weird that they took Jade off TV. So that's weird.
Yep. It's like when they finally, made Miro lose as the Redeemer, and then they slowly took him off TV. AEW likes doing it. Like, yeah, you're good. And, oh, you lost? Well, we got nothing for you. I can't even get a rematch. We got nothing for you. We can't think of anything for your character that we built up as an unstoppable juggernaut.
I said so many times when AEW had started and they were getting all people.
They didn't have enough time for everybody. Yeah, I agree.
I was just saying, like, it was amazing getting huge pops. And I was like, yo, this is dope that all these people are finding a new outlet and area and the mainstream area, whatever. But I said, if everybody goes to the promised land, eventually so much area within the promised land is gonna run out. Mm-hmm. And that's what they're finding.
Yeah. If
you sign any and every damn body, just on the amount of time on TV stays the fucking same. So yeah.
I agreed. So that was that. SummerSlam, it happened. So another thing, and I highly doubt this one will go into tangents and be longer than expected. But I just want to touch on something else that happened this weekend, because a lot of stuff happened this weekend. Another thing that happened this weekend was something I touched on a while back and pretty much proved the point that I made when it happened a while back. So, big reveal in One Piece this past weekend. New form for Luffy. That whole shit I was telling you, One Piece fans talking about on Twitter.
Is ongoing.
Well, that's why I'm trying to hurry up and get past it. I know you don't want to hear about it. I was gonna say I was right. That. One Piece is stupid and not anything compared to Dragon Ball Z. That's all I was trying to say. I know I've been going on it for 3 weeks.
I was making conversation. What just happened here? You ain't even let me finish what I was gonna say to know what I was gonna say.
I thought you were mad that I was talking about it for 3 weeks. I'm like, I know, but this is what I was talking about.
I was going to laugh about how we've been going on about it for a minute, just like, haha, that's kind of funny that we still have more One Piece to talk about. I had no problem with you saying anything about it because the whole point of the show was to talk about any and everything under the sun. Fair. That's why I was like, you don't even know what I was going to say to do that.
Fair enough.
I won't say anything. Go ahead.
No. I was just trying to say, hey, I was right. One Piece is never going to be like anybody. No one gave a fucking shit about it this past weekend that wasn't a One Piece fan. And the people that did watch it, I liked it because I've already made the mistake of admitting I'm a One Piece fan in public. So I liked it. I liked the episode. It was cool. But anybody who's watching One Piece for the first time and they're starting with that episode ain't going to feel shit about that. They're gonna feel like it was overhyped, which is exactly what happened because motherfuckers are idiots and coming out here trying to claim that One Piece was more iconic than Dragon Ball Z. And while the hat that I'm wearing was intentional, the shirt I'm wearing was not. When I put this on,
what's on your head?
I'll get to it in a second. Oh. It's the thing that happened this weekend. But yeah, turns out no one gave a fuck about One Piece. In fact, now the One Piece fandom is more of a laughing stock than ever because no one gave a fuck because of how, based on the hype some of these fans were giving it, this episode did not deliver to people who aren't One Piece fans.
When does One Piece come on and what channel?
In America right now, it comes on Toonami on fucking Saturday nights because Adult Swim. But
Okay.
the
'Cause
episodes that come on now aren't the episode I'm talking about because we in America are far behind. Part of the reason
so
One Piece never caught on over here is because the localization was never handled in the best way. The localization here did not get the same treatment that the localization for Naruto got, or even Bleach for that matter.
so you're watching the subtitle.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay. Because the
Yep.
Toonami
Because it's on
Toonami shit,
Crunchyroll and it comes out every
Toonami shit is
Saturday.
dubbed.
Yeah.
Toonami shit is dubbed. Okay.
Toonami shit is dubbed, and I think they're about halfway through. Unless I'm wrong. I haven't seen the most recent episode, but based on because I don't get Cartoon Network anymore. But the last time I saw an ad for it, looking at the episodes they were using, it's about halfway through the series. And it's a series over 1,000 episodes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So it's more than halfway through the series, but it's more than halfway through the series, but it's in the half that I don't know the good. I don't have a good gauge on episode numbers because it's post time skip. Anyway, I've already talked about it too long. Bottom line is, I was right. Every DBZ fan was right. One Piece has not ever, nor will it ever be iconic. Shut up. Dragon Ball Z. It's a good series. It's a great series. I clearly, like I said, already made the mistake of admitting I like it. You could even go check out like 30 of the last episodes and you would see a chopper appear. Okay, so it's not like I didn't like One Piece or I don't like One Piece, but I'm saying you can like both, and just because you like a series doesn't mean you have to shit on every other series to try and get people to like your series. That's not what you do.
What was I gonna say? From the outside looking in, like the most I've seen of One Piece is the four kids intro, like the dub four kids. Yo ho ho, we took a bite of gum gum or whatever that shit. Like the most I've seen. And I was just gonna say, from somebody who is that ignorant to One Piece, all I can say is anime wise, the most
you
the
would
only
hate it.
I don't know if I would hate it. I was just gonna say I probably love it. But the most iconic animes just on like a casual fan mainstream level are gonna be your Dragon Ball Z's, Naruto's, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh! That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Like those are going to be your main four. Period.
Now, if One Piece, like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh were also for kids, so to not fully shit on for kids' localization skills, right. Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh were also them. However, the stuff in their show, I'm not going to go into it. Bottom line is, One Piece ain't iconic over here, and never will be. Deal with it. Yes, a guy showed up. Oh, yes, someone showed up at something this past weekend doing a One Piece reference, which I thought was hilarious given all the topics. But yeah, so I guess I'll go ahead and move into the third topic. The third topic this weekend, and why I wasn't entirely upset with everything of the weekend. It was a tournament. You know me. I like fighting games.
I figured that's where we were going, yeah.
It was Evolution. Can you see the triangles? Can you see the hat? I can't see you seeing the hat.
The squares into the triangle,
yeah. It's Evo. It's the biggest fighting game tournament in the world. Yes, I know I talk about CEO a lot, but technically Evo is bigger. I'm not going to say it ain't. I'm willing to admit that it was in Vegas. CEO's in Orlando. Evo's in Vegas.
And they never move. They always are in the same spot, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. They're always in Vegas, and they're definitely staying in Vegas now because this year was the biggest Evo ever. Street Fighter alone had 7,000 entrants for Street Fighter 6.
Entrants? Not even audience, but entrants?
Entrants.
Yeah, ENTRANTS.
Yes. 7,086 people entered Street Fighter 6 for Evo this year.
That many people just entered.
Yep.
Good.
And that
God.
was just Street Fighter. I think Tekken had about 2K people itself. But it was the biggest. I don't remember. I think over the course of all the games, it was like 11,000 something people that entered the games this weekend.
Not even counting the audience that just came to just kind of play casually and just watch a little bit. Good Lord.
I think they said allegedly that this was the biggest esports in terms of amount of people entering it and competing. This was the biggest esports event, pretty much world record. Now, and that's crazy. Because it was never on that level. Like, fighting games have been big. There was a time when Street Fighter V was on ESPN for Evo Finals. It was only 1 year, though. Because the ESPN fans complained too much. It was on, like, ESPN 2 or some shit, and people were mad. I'm like, the spelling bee's on ESPN 2. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, anyway. But when it comes to games, they want to see your Maddens, your 2Ks, or like some Call of Duty Modern Warfare type shit.
Okay.
That's what people want to see. I'm with you.
Too fucking bad.
That's what people want to see.
Too fucking bad. You know, you got fucking curling. Anyway, bottom line is we got here.
Pause.
Hard.
And they like whistling and shit.
Yeah. So, fucking Evo this year, huge, lots of people, crazy. But it's crazy. What's even crazier is like, and why I'm indifferent. Is it was great to see fighting games. I always watch them. Evo's like the fucking WrestleMania or Super Bowl for the fighting game season. But there was a common thread for a lot of the grand finals across all the games these years. I'm throwing out a random number when I say 9, but I want to say out of like 9 or 10 main games, 6 or 7 of the grand finals were mirror matches. That is, where both people were playing the same character, or in the cases of some games, the same team. Mortal Kombat 11, won by a kid named Ninja Killer, who's been coming up in the scene a lot. He did real good at a CEO a couple of years ago. That's why I knew his name, and then I
love seeing new blood rise up in tournaments.
Sonic Fox didn't enter or didn't play in Mortal Kombat this year. That would have been fun to see if Sonic Fox could have kept that going. It was the last MK11 tournament because MK1 comes out soon. And Ninja Killer won that with a reset in Grand Finals. Very close match. Great. It was a Fujin mirror. Fujin is a guy that does wind shit, for people who don't know. He's like a wind god. Whatever. But that was a mirror match. Saturday, we get the King of Fighters Finals, which might as well have been a mirror, which technically wasn't a mirror match because it's 2 teams. But 2 out of 3 characters on both teams were the same person, were the same character. So it might as well have been a mirror match. You could count it, you couldn't, who knows. Bottom line is, that was an ass whooping, and it was like 3-0, no reset, and whatever. Dragon Ball Fighters, both teams exactly the same. Mirror match, grand finals.
Was it the same like order of people also?
Yeah. Same team.
Not just the same people, but the same order?
Same team, same order.
Because the same order is crazy.
Well, usually with those games, there's a reason to put certain teams. Some characters are better as assists, and then later...
It's just funny. Mm-hmm. Because it's a strategy too, but it's funny to see not just the same people, but the same fucking order. Yeah. Even though it makes sense, it's like, that is literally a mirror match. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a mirror match, and that was an ass whooping. I forget who won it, but I don't think he was American. Because it's Evo, and we don't really do that good at Evo. We won Mortal Kombat, but I mean, it's Mortal Kombat. Although, to be fair, the guys that Ninja Killer beat that got second and third place were Chilean, and apparently over the last year they've been running Mortal Kombat. So we claimed so we took our game back at the end. And not that I have a problem with people from other country winning games. It's just, we don't win often. I want to be happy when we do. I have this flag behind me for a reason. I know that's taboo to like the country right now, but I do. Bottom line is, and the country's flawed. I get it. So, Dragon Ball FighterZ mirror match, fucking Melty Blood mirror match, and ass whooping. Not close at all. Fucking
Melty Blood.
Yeah, Melty Blood. It's an anime fighter. It's a game that's just now getting into mainstream, or within the last couple of years. For the longest, it was a meme within the fighting game community as a quote unquote. It was the poverty fighter. All fighting games are poverty fighters because you don't make a lot of money playing fighting games. But Melty Blood was the poverty fighters. They'd be the game that jokingly people would joke around, and even them for a while. Oh, that's the game that they don't have any setups for, so they got to meet up in the bathrooms and play. And I think at one tournament they were doing that, running the tournament out of a bathroom. And so that just became they're the bathroom fighter. But they're finally out of the bathroom and they were on a stage. Yeah.
The joke is not enough people give a fuck about it. So go find the bathroom, bitch.
Yeah. Funny. Mm-hmm. And even during the grand finals, like one of the announcers, like, "Hey, we finally get to be like on the main stage for Evo." No, oh hey, we need to close up the venue. No one cares about your game. Wrap up. No, you got to skip grand finals. Just pay people out. Like, no, we get our actual time. But that was a mirror match and an ass whooping. If I remember correctly, no reset or nothing. Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Grand Finals. Zero May Cry mirror. Ass whooping. 3-0.
I love watching Capcom 3, but yeah, mirror match, ass kicking. Yeah.
And yes, Zero May Cry mirror. Yes, the teams were both in the same order. That's just how that team's set up. Zero's one of the best point characters in the game. Virgil is the best character in the game, and just so happens to be one of the best anchors in the game. But then again, he's the best character in the game, so he's going to do that.
Put Dante in there for
because he has a very great assist.
Armor and then assist him.
Yeah, he has a very great assist, and he also is really good. If Virgil didn't exist, Dante would be seen probably as better than he's seen, but he's not seen as bad. He's still very good. He just takes a lot more work than Virgil does. Anyway, MVC3, that an American did win that, Jabril, but Kane Blue River, who I was close to rooting for because he plays Hulk, Sentinel, Haggard.
Yeah, he plays all the big dudes. I love Kane.
He plays the big bodies. Which don't let anyone lie to you and tell you that Kane Blue River's team is a low tier team. It is not. What makes Zero May Cry good of having a very strong point character that can one touch kill your entire team. Pretty much, if he gets to be like, for people who don't know, Zero is a character from Mega Man who is never bad in any game he's been in, except for maybe SVC Chaos, and even then, that's a different version of Zero. Since Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, every game Zero's been in, he's been better than the last time. he was top tier at Tatsunoko versus Capcom, gave Marn his only ever Evo win. Fucking Vanilla Marvel 3, he was good, but Vanilla Marvel 3 only had one Evo, and that was won by Gene. And I mean, it's fucking Gene. Phoenix. And Ultimate versus Marvel versus Capcom 3 still good. If he hits you once, your whole team is fucking dead. I don't care, because he'll get you in the corner. He does this combo with Lightning Loose where he goes da 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 da, kills the character. As your next character comes in, he does like a weird ambiguous cross up that I don't even think the player knows what side they're gonna be on. So good luck you guessing correctly. Congrats, you got clipped by it. That character's comboed to death the same way as the previous one. Don't worry about him running out of meter. He'll build it doing the combo. Then now your third character, now you're dead. That said, Hulk can do the same shit to you. Don't let anyone fool you.
What move does Hulk do it with?
Hulk does it with being the fucking Hulk, and he doesn't even need meter. But like Kane Blue River's team,
Zero's thing is the like dash thing.
he just like the combos between his assists and the combos themselves. He kills you without needing meter. I saw it during the top 8. Like K Blue River can kill your first character without even using meter. Zero has to use 2 or 3 bars to be fair.
Because he has to go to like the shadow where it's 2 of them.
Yeah, he'll build those bars back, but he still has to use super. K Blue River's team doesn't even need to kill your first character, and sure, if he needs it for the other characters, who gives a fuck? He's already killed your first character, and he's got like 4 bars. Come at him.
People. What he's talking about is what they call an infinite in fighting game. Because when I first started realizing what that was, I was like, yeah, and they call it that because it's like they will infinitely do that shit. And you can't do shit about it.
And the funny thing is, like, technically, because lightning loops are a thing, technically, they're not an infinite because you can run out a meter or whatever, but it might as well be an infinite because most characters die anyway. It's like MVC2. MVC2 infinites aren't technically infinite because there's a certain number of hits that you automatically fall out of the combo. But what people found out was there are certain moves or supers you can end it with that will kill the character. So they don't fall out and they just die. Like Magneto, his combo into Magnetic Tempest, it always ends that way because they'd fall out anyway. Same thing with Iron Man and his proton cannon. Nonetheless, Iron Man hits you once in MVC2, your whole team is dead. And I'm not even talking about guessing right or wrong when you come in. I mean, it doesn't matter if you guess right and block in. It guard breaks you and you get comboed anyway. NBC2 is broken as fuck.
Listen to the passion with which this dude talks about fighting games. People gotta love it.
It's great. So anyway, NBC3, also a mirror match, also an ass whooping. Tekken top 8 gets to the grand finals. It's a mirror match. Kunimitsu versus Kunimitsu. Arslan wins. Not necessarily an ass whooping, but there wasn't no reset. Arslan Ash wins his 4th Evo. I think that's counting Evo Japan's mixed in. But Tekken is has not been Korea's game for a minute. It is Pakistan's. It belongs to Arslan Ash.
They got what was I gonna say? Like and they got big ass like purses for this shit, right? Like the prize money is stupid for this shit, isn't it?
Did you not hear me earlier when I said fighting games? All fighting games are poverty games. Did you not hear that part? Because I said it.
I did. You did.
Because I said it. Now,
this is all facts.
Now, Street Fighter this year, Street Fighter 6, Capcom finally was like, the grand prize for their world tour would be $1 million. So they finally put money into it. That's and Evo was the first stop on the Pro Tour, which probably explains that 7,000 people entering thing now.
Hell yeah, if they're giving away big money. But like I told you,
I think it was like $90K for this year's Evo, which is still way more than people get at Evo, despite it being the most expensive and most lucrative tournament.
I'm going super down the battle rap train. Like I said, I watch battle rap, and like this is a few years ago during the pandemic or whatever. They didn't have any crowds, so they started doing tournaments, and they were doing tournaments. And the tournaments first started off people who didn't have big names, but semi-big names, and they would get them to another spot, and they had kind of the good prize money. They did this one tournament that they did for $100,000. All of a sudden, all the big names were in the tournament, and tournaments weren't just for chumps no more. So you throw money, you're gonna get 7,000.
You had a lot of multi-game people going into Street Fighter. Sonic Fox. That's why Sonic Fox didn't enter MK for real or Dragon Ball Fighters, because Sonic Fox wanted to focus on Street Fighter 6. And I think Sonic Fox made it to like top 48, if not top 24.
And that's one of those things where you can be like, yeah, man, fighting games, man. What are you, a kid? until you train your fucking ass off and win $1 million. And it's like, yeah, bitch, I'm a fucking kid and I'm about to go into my mansion. Like,
I
so
think there was a 45-year-old that got 5th place.
that's amazing. I love that. But there's no
Anyway,
age. Shit.
well, yeah, I'm just saying that whole for kids thing.
Yeah, because
Fucking-
people try to say that shit, right?
Anyway, so Tekken mirror match. Then we get to Guilty Gear. Finally, not a mirror match. Still an ass whooping though.
I'm about to say ass
3-0
whooping.
Grand finals.
None of the major matches.
Like this is what was going on. Well,
were like good matches for real, for real.
There were good matches, but the grand finals, the first and second place match was like for like all but like 3 of them. And then we get to Street Fighter 6 top. Oh, sorry, I keep saying top 8. They were top 6 this year because we need to save time because we run over time. Like top 8 all got medals. But if you were 7th or 8th place, you didn't fucking get on the main stage for the big thing. You just got your shit settled as if it was part of pools. And then you get your medal and say, go home. But before they started top 8 or top 6 for Street Fighter, they had some announcements throughout the day. My man Raven's coming back in Tekken 8. Cool shit. Wesley Snipes looking motherfucking for Tekken 5. Fucking Mortal Kombat 1 had an announcement where they showed Reptile as well as Astra and Havoc.
Astra was the woman with the big old hat.
She used to have a hat. Yes, she doesn't have a hat now, but she still wears all white. And
Havoc was like the real ugly dude, like with the big old like eye makeup or whatever shit, right?
I don't know about eye makeup, but he would like break his body and shit and do like weird shit. Yeah,
that's how he dodged. Was he would break his limbs crazy? Yeah, okay.
Now he rips off his arm and beats you with it as a special move.
That's crazy. They're bringing them back. Who asked for them? Hopefully, they might be amazing now. Okay.
Who knows? But that was a trailer that revealed them in Reptile. That was shown, so that was cool. Some other announcements for other games that I'm not going to get into because I don't fully remember them. Oh, City of the Wolves, Mark of the Wolves 2 for the people that care. Cool. I kind of care, but I know it's obscure, and I know you sure as hell don't know what I'm talking about. That's why I'm skipping it. But yes, I felt like I needed to mention it for the like people out there that like Fatal Fury. But yeah, Street Fighter. We get to the grand finals of it. And right before it, they're like, we brought the Capcom band to play some music. They're like playing some music for Street Fighter 5 live. Like, we're like, this is why this is top 6. Then all of a sudden, the voice actor who plays Luke he has like some animation come out and say some shit, but apparently it was him actually voicing it. He's like, I got a song y'all can sing. And then they just started off like, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Heroes of the Shell, Turtle Power, they're the world's most fierce fighting teens. And I'm like, and I was kind of ignoring the band because I'm like, we got a fucking band. My roommate and I, we like filling up our beverages, like and stuff, and all of a sudden I come in like, are they playing fucking Ninja Turtles?
I figure out where this is going.
Turtles. And then sure enough, they played a whole song. They even had the second verse. Shredder talk to be fighting. I'm like, okay, yeah, they're actually just playing the Ninja Turtle song. Turns out your custom avatars you can have in World Battle Mode. They're doing a crossover with Ninja Turtles where you can just straight up dress up like Ninja Turtles in the game. So that was cool.
In Street Fighter?
Yeah, in Street Fighter 6. Like, yeah, so your little custom avatar character in World Tour Mode and in the Battle Hub can be a fucking Ninja Turtle of your choosing. Can just straight up be a Ninja Turtle.
So they're not the turtles.
It's purely aesthetic, but yes,
it's not DLC. You could just make it look like it. Okay.
It probably costs money to get said accessories to make it look like it. But yeah,
I have no idea what you just said, but okay.
It probably costs money to do, but you can still do it. Anyway, then the mayor of Las Vegas comes out.
I'll be damned.
to give the creators of Evo the key to the city in honor of their achievements from all these years, including this year with the biggest, fighting esports thing ever. In addition, they had a note from the governor of Nevada, who, in honor of Evo's achievements, declared in the state of Nevada August 6th to be Evo Day.
Get the fuck out of here. So all of a sudden you give a fuck. Like, I'm done.
Because of all the contributions they've made over the years and how much they've grown. And the fact that they had the world's largest thing. And the dude's like, yeah, Vegas has everything. We had the Super Bowl here. We're going to have so-and-so here. Da-da-da. Vegas is the place to be. And we've had the greatest fighting game. Boom, 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 boom. Here's the key to the city. It'll keep you out of jail tonight.
You made that joke.
Yeah. Anyway, so that was that. And then Street Fighter 6 happens. And all but 2 of the matches were Game 5, Round 3. Last hit nail biters.
Now that's why you said everything was ass kickings except that. Okay.
Yeah, except for the first top 6 of Mortal Kombat, which was a Grand Finals reset by Ninja Killer, and then this one. And I made a joke earlier about One Piece not having any iconography, and that I'm like, now something technically contradicts it, which is why I want to say it'll just never be on the same level of Dragon Ball in popularity. Yes, it's iconic. There were niggas at the Olympics from other countries that were doing poses from fucking One Piece as they came out. So, yes, there are people that recognize it, including Mena RD, who came out. He's from the Dominican Republic, or República Dominicana, hence the RD in his name. He came out when they were introducing the top 6 with a fucking jacket like the character Whitebeard on. And Whitebeard, for people who don't know, is a guy who for a good chunk of the series at least, maybe always, had the title of the world's strongest man. And he's one of those characters that, if you're reading the series and stuff, gets hyped up to all shit before you finally see him and lives up to it.
Okay. It's nice when a character gets super hyped and then they live up to the hype.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to getting super hyped and then it's like,
Yeah, fucking goat beard.
Like when they tried to make the mom and How I Met Your Mother kind of more of an every woman, but it seemed like they hyped her up to the point where it was like, really? That's another story.
Yes, it is. A story that took 9 seasons, or 10, or however many seasons it had.
And I didn't see the end of that, but if you want to talk about something ending where you heard what happened and you're like, ooh, really? I heard my friend the way they ended it. It was like, bro, we watched this, like, I didn't, but it was like for people who did. It's like we watched this shit for fucking 9 seasons just for y'all to do the one thing y'all said y'all wouldn't. But again, that's a story for another time.
Yep. And of course, we make it to top 6, and we have some people that you expect to be there. Haitani, literally known as one of the 5 gods of Japanese gaming. He's there in Winner's Side. He fought Punk. He was the only that was the only trio of the top 6. Punk, who up through to Haitani had not lost a single game. And in a tournament, he made it to Winners Finals. He made it to Winners Finals without losing a game to anyone. He had lost 1 round going into top 6. No, he didn't get swept. He did the sweeping. He swept Haitani. He made it to Winners Finals in a tournament of 7,000 people without losing a single game. And then he lost 3-2 round 5 to Angry Bird. And then lost in losers to Mena RD, who went through Tokido, who I'm pretty sure you've heard of. And if you haven't heard of Tokido, I pretty sure I've mentioned them. Anyway, bottom line is, I'll put it this way: they had a tail of the tape with Tokido versus this other player, Kakeru, another Japanese player that made it to top 8. And it was like, Kakeru, Evo appearances like 4 or 5. First Evo appearance 2019. Tokido, first Evo appearance 2002. Or number of Evos 19. Pretty much he's been to Evo every year since then. He's won multiple Evos for multiple games, including Street Fighter titles. I'm pretty sure he won one in 4. And if he didn't win an Evo title in 4, he definitely won one in 5 against Punk. And he looked like he was on a tear to win this one in 6, but he ended up getting 4th because he got eliminated by Mena, who then eliminated Punk, who then lost to Angry Bird in Grand Finals. After he reset it, which was also a 3-2 round 5, or game 5 last round, to reset the final match, and then lose like 3-1. But that was the final round of the last game too. So nail biters the whole way through. But yet again, America loses Street Fighter and remains the laughingstock of the world. But congratulations to the Middle East for winning their first Street Fighter at Evo. And Angry Bird, who won it with Ken, a character who doesn't usually win Evos. Except... No, I don't think that wasn't Grand Final, so I don't even think he won that year with Moment 37. So yeah, which is almost 20 years old. Anyway, so it was a fun weekend, slightly disappointing because we couldn't get it done in Street Fighter, but I'm used to that by now. So like I am with other sports, I'll just be the kind of fan that's like, damn it, we lost again. We'll try again next year, and I will futilely root for America to lose again.
Well, one thing that you do not have to wait until next year for is that you can follow us on our respective socials, and you can do that shit right now. So if you would like to follow yours truly anywhere you stream your music, I'm a rapper. I make music from time to time. You can go ahead, like I say, anywhere you stream your music, any of those platforms, look me up under the name Super Jazz. That's spelled SUPERJAZ. Look up the album that I dropped a few years ago called My Secret Identity. You may have to put in Super Jazz, My Secret Identity, since I'm not that famous yet. Also on X, Twitter, go ahead and look me up on the handle SuperJazz2. So that's SuperJazz number 2. And on Instagram, you can go ahead and find and follow me under the name Forever Superjazz. The word forever is spelled correctly. And go ahead and check out the Facebook page. I started a theatrical, stage play production company a few months ago. It's called Aquarian Rising Productions. That's Aquarian, not Aquarius. Aquarian Rising Productions. Go ahead on Facebook and look that up and give that page a like to stay up to date with everything that this new production company is doing. Just a little small thing that I'm looking into at the moment. Just started is we're gonna make it legit. I'm looking into how to get an LLC. Oh, it's real. It's real.
Good.
Anyway,
good.
Where can they find you, man?
Well, y'all know y'all can find me here every week, every Wednesday on the Whatever We Want podcast. You can also find me elsewhere on YouTube on Feo Grande. That is Feo Grande. I have a show I do on that channel every week, every Tuesday called This Guy Hasn't Seen. I do it with a good friend of mine and good friend of the show, Bill Smith. This week we're doing part 1 of an anime series, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Yeah, I don't think you'd like that either. But yeah, it was. Go watch it. Bottom line is, I also have a Twitter and Twitch at Giotavi. That is GIOTAVI. Come on in, stop on by. What's an Instagram? I don't fucking know. Bottom line is, almost forgot to mention, we did get a new person to be a multi-game Evo champ, and that's Leffen of Smash Brothers Melee fame. He won Guilty Gear.
Word. Well, whether it be about fighting games and fighting game tournaments, whether it be about One Piece, whether it be about SummerSlam, or whether it be about weekends and if they are good, bad, or indifferent. What are we going to talk about next time?
Can't find my hat. We are going to talk about whatever we want.
I was trying to vamp a little bit.
I know.
I
know. I couldn't find it.
Shit.
I think looking for this hat, I lost the other hat.
That's funny. Well, either way, be nice to yourself, everybody.
Adiosness.
Peace, y'all.
I wanted to grab my CEO hat,